What up? Jeff here with all my Bitcoin Renegades. And today we are just going to do a video about Bitcoin and actually a few other things, but we're going to go into some news about Bitcoin. What's next for Bitcoin after taproot? Is that the end? Is that the last upgrade? What are we going to go to from here? We're going to look at Fidelity, and they are approving an institutional grade portfolio, a Bitcoin traded fund, basically. It's not an ETF, but it is an institutional grade Bitcoin trading platform that is approved by the regulators in Canada. We'll get into that. We'll look what the new next step for Bitcoin's future is. We're going to see how far down is Bitcoin going to go in this correction before we have a V-shaped recovery or a, rebound and, reversal and start on the up. How far down are we going to go? Is this the end of the bull market now? So the crazy part about that is that if you look, November 10th, now I called November 11th as the top. The only reason I called that is because it's 18 months after the halving. Now, I said anywhere between November 11th and December 17th because November 11th is 18 months exactly after the halving. And then December 17th is when we had our all-time high in 2017. And then I think it was December 10th or around there in 2013 that we had the all-time high. So I don't think that this was the all-time high 18 months after. I think it's going to be closer towards the December 17th. So I do think that this is just a reversal. I think it is just a big correction that we needed to have in order to keep moving on in the market. Everything has dropped a lot right now, but this is what happens in a big market correction in a bull market. This is what we've been waiting for because it hasn't happened but one time on our way up. And remember, in the beginning of the bull market when we kept going, or even in the bear market, when we kept going from 30 to 40 so much, and then it would go all the way to 40, all the way back down to 30, all the way to 40, all the way back down to 30. Then we made it to 40, all the way to 50, all the way back down to 38, all the way to 50. Now what we're doing, all the way to $69,900, $70,000 basically. 56,000. Boom! $14,000 retrace. Back up. It might even go $1,000 more. Now, there is a critical level that we need to watch at 55,000. Now, 57,000 was an important level as well, and it broke. So we really need to be careful and watch those Fibonacci levels because the golden, ratio would have been right close to the all-time high, and then the down part would be right around 50,000. So if we go down to 50,000, then we have a little bit to worry about, I think. We're going to have to really question if this is the end of the market, but I don't think it can be. I don't think that the biggest bull run, before we get into everything, this is my thoughts about it, my educated thoughts about it. So I don't think this can be the end of the market. Why? Well, because this bull market, now everybody says it's different, it's better, it's longer, there's more money in it, okay? Well, let's take that even a little bit true. Okay, even if it's not, we still, according to the past, should not have our all-time high until December sometime. But this is the biggest bull market we've ever had. More interest than has ever been in Bitcoin. If that's the case, then why would if this was the all-time high and we are going down now, why would this one end early when this is the biggest one of all time? When we actually went to 65,000 before, went all the way down to 30, and then that's half of the market value of Bitcoin. It went down more than half, from 65 down to $28,000. That is well over a half. It corrected like 60% almost. So Now, it didn't do that in the other markets. 30%, I think, was tops in the other ones before this. I might be wrong on that, but pretty much this is the biggest that we have ever had. And so what it did is it reset. So other bull markets didn't do that, and they peaked in mid-December, right? And the altcoins peaked in January. Well, if the way things are going now has anything to do with the past and the way things happened in the past, and just add the institutional adoption, the mass people that know about it, the Coinbases, the Robinhoods, the Cash Apps, the PayPals that all have cryptocurrency on them now that didn't in 2017, Square, and the Bitcoin ETFs now that are an institutional, they're using it as a hedge against inflation. Why would it be a smaller bull market this year than back in 2017? It wouldn't. So guess what? This isn't the end of the market, guys. I am telling this as much to myself as I'm telling this to you, because I was questioning. I'm like, is this the end of the market? Like, okay, we dumped from 69, almost 70,000. We stayed above in the 60,000s for a while. Then we have this critical support at like 58, 57,000, and it just broke. Oh no, it's over. It's called a correction. It sucks that we had to go down this far and correct this hard. But this is where the money... You know how we have these major pumps and all this money comes in over time into Bitcoin and then altcoins and everything? Well, that money has to reset at times. Or else, how are you going to make more money? If it's just all just driving, everybody's just winning, how does anybody make money? Well, the market has to go back down. And then that money starts funneling back. It's a circle. When it goes up, we get the money. When it goes down, they get the money. When it goes up, we get the money. When it goes down, they get the money. See how it works? And you have to catch the top of that circle as much as you can. Sell, buy, sell, buy. You see how that goes? And you just keep following the circle. If you try to fight the circle and go the other way or something, when the circle, no, you're going to get thrown off. You're going to lose. So follow the circle. Sell at the top, buy at the bottom. Sell at the top. And it's cyclical. This is my favorite part about Bitcoin. It goes in a circle over and over and over again. The only thing that you need to do is judge where in the circle we're at. That's all you got to figure out. Because Bitcoin is going to keep going like this. Around and around and around. It's cyclical. It's going to do the same thing. And you just got to figure out where to get on. It's a roller coaster. But the ride, you can get on at any time. Where are you going to get on the ride at? Are you going to get on at the top and sell at the bottom? Or are you going to get on the bottom and sell at the top? That's just weird. Sorry. But let's just get into it. Okay. 56,620. That looks like we might have seen a bottom there. Hopefully it could, do the old hook, go up. Oh, actually, that's the one. Yeah, the hook, and then down. Just like, yeah, okay, we're going up. Nope, just kidding. Going back down. But, see, as you see that, 69,000 all the way down to 56,000. That is a $13,000 correction. Now, let's go back and look at some of these. Okay, well, how far did we go from here? Let's go to the top. Let's see, it was 64,000, right? It says 63,229. Okay, let's go to the bottom here. 63,229, we got 49 here. So what is that, 14,000? Okay, that's the last one. Let's actually look at the first one. Okay, so we're looking at what, 57,000? Yeah, we got 57,489. 57,489. Now let's go back and look at the bottom. 57,489, and we got 45,231. So from 57,489 to 45. So 50, that's almost $13,000 from the top to the bottom. 13,000. Let's go 13,000 from 69,000 down to 56,000 is 13,000 exactly. This is not the end of the bull market. This is called a correction. We had a lot of them. Remember the last section of the bull market where we dropped $15,000 almost every time? Yeah, that's what's happening right now. So just don't worry. No worries. Yeah, we did drop 13 grand in a matter of a couple weeks. But guess what? We raised more than that. If we go from the bottom to the top, let's look at this. Now let's look at this. Okay, we got 41,519. Then let's look at the top where it went. 41 to 66. So that's a $15,000 rise. So we just had a $13,000 drop, but before that we had a $15,000 rise. So perspective, people. Perspective. Okay, so let's look at the market cap still. $1.1 trillion. It's over $1 trillion still. Bull market. $40 billion volume in the last day. That's basically the market cap of some cryptos in one day. The whole market cap of a crypto moved around in Bitcoin in one day. 90% of the total supply of 19 million, which there's 21 million total. 74% of people are buying it. 74-day typical hold time, and one popularity, of course. Now, congressmen seek to strike Bitcoin reporting requirements from infrastructure bill. They are going too hard on regulation, and they know it. So they're trying to take a step back without looking stupid. So after Taproot, what's next for Bitcoin's future? Let's take a look. CoinDesk. I love CoinDesk. After Taproot, what's next for Bitcoin's future? Now that Bitcoin has Taproot, here are some other interesting soft fork changes developers have been eyeing. Well, Taproot, a privacy and scalability upgrade. Hold on, let me see if I can. Yeah, there we go. Developers have long been drooling over, financially activated last weekend, but more upgrades are in the pipeline being worked on by developers behind the scenes. Taproot is a particularly big upgrade in Bitcoin, called a soft fork, which isn't executed all that often in Bitcoin land. Before Taproot, the last soft fork was SegWit, which activated on Bitcoin 4 years ago. Soft forks aren't all that common. Nonetheless, they are an important type of upgrade that has repercussions for many projects building on top of Bitcoin. Iteratively improving functionality of the open source digital currency. And so what could be next after Taproot? Well, in fact, developers have been eyeing many different important soft fork changes to Bitcoin over the years. The thing with a soft fork is every single person in every node has to agree. They have to come to a voting consensus in order for the soft fork to go into effect Bitcoin wide and network wide. Because when you have a soft fork, that means everybody agrees. If you have a hard fork, that's when the community divides in half, and then you actually can get a new coin because they don't agree. And when they do that, they get a path that splits. And so instead of having one blockchain and one community, now they don't agree. Now you have two blockchains and two communities and two different cryptos. And they will actually go on and have a life of their own. One might survive and the other might not, or they both might survive and go to different things, like Bitcoin Cash, Dogecoin, Litecoin, Doge, all of the hard forks of Bitcoin. So those are the things. Soft forks means that it does not need to be split because they agree. The community agrees on everything. So it's a soft fork. So everybody goes to the fork. A hard fork means they don't agree and they go their separate ways. And it changes the network and you can get two tokens. A soft fork means that everybody agrees and it's a network upgrade. So you get the whole community that goes that way instead of two different ones. That's the thing with decentralization. It's like a democracy through your computer. And you get a vote. It's democracy on the blockchain. I love it. I love that. Though, as a quick aside, wait, what? Though, as a quick aside, it's worth mentioning that even though Taproot has now activated, the work for Taproot is far from over. To use Taproot transactions, Bitcoin wallets, exchanges, and other services will need to upgrade to support them. Plus, many of the changes developers have been eyeing that rely on Taproot still need to be made. But even if some exchanges and wallets have yet to adopt Taproot, like BitGo and Blockstream Green, have been speedier. And more than 50% of nodes supporting Bitcoin are running the upgraded software. So that means 50% right now, and it's split. But I think eventually that will come more together. It just takes time for these upgrades to see. This was a soft fork, so everybody already voted and agreed. Now we just have to let them upgrade it. So it isn't like a bunch of people are like, no, I'm not doing it. It's just it takes time to implement. They might have other projects that they can't implement it right this second, or it would interfere with a project, or there could be any number of reasons why they need to wait in order to do the upgrade. But ultimately, every exchange and every wallet and every node is eventually going to have to upgrade to the Taproot upgrade, the soft fork. So still, for a long view of what's in store for Bitcoin, let's take a look at some of the other possible soft fork changes that are in the pipeline. So SIG hash, any pre-vote. Described in detail in Bitcoin Improvement Proposal 118, looks like someone is shouting gibberish at you via text, but the change is much less dramatic than it looks. In short, it allows a new type of signing option when signing a transaction, allowing a user to sign a transaction without adding a specific output, which is the coins they want to send, at least not right away. This code change helps a variety of technical problems, including one facing the Lightning Network, the overlay network to Bitcoin that increases transaction scalability and speed and decreases cost. One of the pain points of the Lightning Network is needing to store up data. Similar to losing a Bitcoin private key, if users lose this data, they might not be able to get their funds back. Proposed Lightning Network revamp L2 could help to reduce the state storage, but it needs SIG hash any prevout to work properly. That's cool. In a nutshell, this could get rid of the penalty-based construction we use right now and reduce a lot of overhead for maintaining channel state as the state becomes symmetrical for all participants, as Lightning Network researcher Renee Pighart put in a Stack Exchange post. The Lightning Network works as it is, but SIG hash any prevout paves the way for L2, which could make Lightning easier to use. So covenants are a proposed change to Bitcoin's code that would restrict where a user can send their funds. For example, a covenant could restrict where the Bitcoin can be sent so that it can only go to a few whitelisted addresses. Drive chains. So side chains, basically what Polygon is, and a bunch of other scalability side chains that help with scalability and transaction fees. In the past, sidechains have been called altcoin killer because sidechains offer a way to add new experimental technology to Bitcoin. They are supposed to make it less necessary to launch a new coin to test out new ideas. Drive chains are a spin on this idea invented by a researcher, Paul Stork. In addition to writing up his proposed change in BIP 300 and 301, he and developers have implemented a working version of the idea. Cross-input signature aggregation is the last one. I'm not going to go into that because it's kind of boring. But these are all the things that are in store for Bitcoin next. So I really think that it has a positive future. Now let's go look at Fidelity. What is going on in the freaking institutional world of Bitcoin? Well, Fidelity approved to become Canada's first institutional Bitcoin custodian. The firm was approved by Canadian regulators to launch a Bitcoin custody and trading platform catered for institutional investors. So I guess Fidelity has been approved by Canadian regulators to become the country's first Bitcoin custodian. The move paves the way for more Canadian institutions to invest in Bitcoin, including pension funds, portfolio managers, mutual funds, and ETFs. Fidelity will launch its service in the form of a Bitcoin trading and custody platform catered to institutional investors. So this is pretty cool. So I guess the Investment Industry Regulatory Organization of Canada approved Fidelity to launch a new Bitcoin trading and custody platform that caters to institutions such as pension funds, portfolio managers, mutual funds, and ETFs, exchange traded funds, seeking direct exposure to Bitcoin. The demand for investing in digital assets is growing considerably, and institutional investors have been looking for a regulated dealer platform to access this asset class. Scott McKenzie, president of Fidelity Clearing Canada, said per the report. Many Bitcoin funds operational in Canada currently use US-based custodians. By bringing an option to the local market, Fidelity's move might facilitate the experience, paving the way for more institutional investors to purchase Bitcoin directly. So this is amazing. So many things are going good for Bitcoin right now. All of this positive news during a correction is definitely good because it could, with FUD and bad news, it could, tumble the price even further. So with all the good news coming out, I think this is just a correction. I really think that this $56,000 level is sustainable. I really think that it was a critical level that we broke down to 57,500, and even below 57,000 was a critical level. And it always has been, because if you look at the peak right here, 57,489 of the very first bull run that we had, that was the top of the market. So us breaking below that is definitely a little bit worrisome to me. But even I would say breaking below this one at 57,820 was a worrisome as well. But I think that it only broke down a little bit below that. So there's definitely support there. And I see a support level. If we go down to 55,000, then we might consider re-strategizing. But I don't think that's going to happen. I really think that that is possibly the lowest that we can go is right now. Let's look on the hour. Super volatile. As you see, highs, lows. Excuse me. We definitely have highs and lows. 56,000. But it keeps going up and down and up and down. As you see, when we went down to 56,000 before, we actually went all the way back up almost to 59,000 right here. 58.5. And then it just rolled over and went down. But that's okay. Things are looking good with Bitcoin. We're going to have a definite... This is a buying opportunity. For everybody that sat and was like, man, it's at over 60,000. How am I going to buy? Now we're at 56,000, guys. This is the best time to buy Bitcoin. Not financial advice, entertainment purposes, only common sense. But when the market's down like this, Ethereum under $4,000 right now, when we're just at 46, 47, 4,800, you got to definitely see the buying opportunity there. And Bitcoin now down over $13,000 from its all-time high is definitely a buying opportunity in the flesh. So these are the times that we wait for. Algorand is at a beautiful price of $1.82 right now, which is amazing. I made amazing profits off of Algorand. I took my profit and I bought back in. So I am actually almost holding the same amount that I had, but I took a nice profit and I was able to buy extra Bitcoin too and still get the same amount of Algorand. I took several $100s in profit. I bought like $600 worth of Bitcoin, and I made a lot of money off of Algorand the other day, and now I'm still in it and I'm gonna make more. I really feel like, things are going really good in crypto for me right now, and I'm going to continue with this. Yes, I am down about $100 on this trade right now, but that's okay because I can honestly see this going up. Now, I want to show you something cool that I'm doing, guys, and you have to be like a hardcore, dedicated subscriber to watch this all the way to the end. So I'm holding internet computer price, right? And I wanted to do a video just about this, and I might. I have actually reached out to these people because of this. DFINITY announces community awards program to supercharge the internet computer ecosystem. Well, basically what this is a grant proposal system for developers, for content creators, for anybody who wants to help spread the word of DFINITY and internet computer price. Well, DFINITY announced community awards program to supercharge the internet computer ecosystem. Well, basically, in May 2021, the DFINITY Foundation announced the CFS 200 million developer grant program to jumpstart the internet computer blockchain's ecosystem. The program has since begun awarding grants to entrepreneurs and developers who are building dApps, games, NFTs, DeFi, tooling, and infrastructure on internet computer. Based on the community feedback, DFINITY is now introducing a dedicated grant program focused on community growth and development. The Community Awards Program is a foundation initiative to provide funding to artists, educators, community organizers, content creators, and developer evangelists. So applications are being accepted at dfinity.org/community. So I have already applied for this, and what I'm gonna do, if they approve this grant, guys, it gives me goosebumps. If they approve this grant, I am going to start an internet computer price community. Now, we have our regular Bitcoin Renegade community, but if they do this grant, I'm gonna do it on this channel, because I have the most support on this channel. I'm not gonna, secondary. I want the most exposure as possible for internet computer price and DFINITY. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my main channel, and once a week we are gonna do an update on DFINITY and internet computer price. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a separate community in Telegram. We're gonna have a separate Discord server, and we are going to basically try to help build the internet computer price community. We're going to have a dedicated server just for that. We're going to have rewards, possibly. I might even do a referral bonus if I can get that approved from them, and more people that come and watch the DFINITY videos and, interact with the internet computer price. Then maybe we'll reward them with airdrops of it. Maybe we'll do contests or reward systems about it, or we'll just do lots of cool stuff that are going to be rewarding and just showcasing the amazingness of ICP internet computer price, especially with the cool reality kind of TV show that shows them building games on the top of it. We'll go over that. We'll keep up to date news on internet computer price, and it's just going to be an amazing thing if they grant this community award program grant to me. Then we're definitely going to work hard and get the word out there. So hopefully they approve my request, and then sky's the limit from there. So cool. And if you guys see any more stuff like this, I am a huge crypto guy, and I want to be involved with any kind of content creation on the blockchain. So anywhere that I can use cryptocurrency to further my channel, or help build up crypto or certain crypto communities. Not every community, even for a grant, I wouldn't stand behind. I own internet computer price, right? Look, I own $1,300 worth. So it isn't like, I'm getting behind this because there's a grant program. No, dude, I got behind this before I even knew there was a grant program. I like the crypto. I think it is an amazing project. I don't know why it's so low. I don't know, honestly, I can't understand why the price is so low right now. It doesn't make sense to me because it's only a $7.2 billion market cap and only $358 million volume when there's only 182 million circulating supply. I mean, that is such a low. Most have a billion at least. So, and it just should be worth a lot more. If you look earlier this year, it was at $750, and we're at $39. I mean, we're basically the lowest that we've been since the bear market. We're lower than we were in the bear market at some points. I mean, yeah, it did go to 30 and 20 something, but it was also at 40 and 50 in the bear market, and we're at $39 right now. So, this is so low, and it's going to go so much higher, and I can't wait. So, all right, guys, that being said, you know what time it is. Goodbye and good Bitcoin.